Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another fantasy football video. In today's video, we got Week 10 wide receiver start or sit decisions. Now, I'm going to go through every single matchup from Thursday night all the way till Monday night and tell you whether you should start or sit the wide receivers in that game. Now, before I get into this video, I'd like to give you guys a word from my sponsor, Overlay DFS.com. Overlay DFS.com is my favorite website to play daily fantasy on, and it is very, very, very simple. Even I can get and play well on this website. Now, it is very, very simple. Like I said, it's a start sit format. All you got to do is make 12 picks plus 3 alternate picks, and it is super simple. Pretty much right here, you can see one of the examples here would be Lamar Jackson versus Aaron Rodgers. Personally, Lamar Jackson against the Cincinnati Bengals, I think that is a very easy matchup. So to me, I think he will outscore Aaron Rodgers against the Carolina Panthers. It is that easy. All you got to do is do that 11 more times plus the 3 alternate picks, and you can go and try to win that money. Now, if you go that perfect 12-0 in the $109 game, you could win $28,000. I know that's like a lot of money, but even in the $2 game, you could win roughly $3,500 if you have that beautiful 12-0. Now, if you were in the top 10% of the entries in that contest, you win 9 times your buy-in, which is huge. But before I end this roll, I'd like to actually tell you guys a new strategy that I have discovered that I personally have used the last couple of weeks that I've found some success in. So, say I like Jameis Winston a lot this week to beat Drew Brees. So, I picked Jameis Winston against the Arizona Cardinals, and then I'm going to stack him with his wide receiver, Mr. Mike Evans, to beat Tyreek Hill. Because if I personally believe that Jameis Winston is going to have a good game, I also believe Mike Evans will, and then you get 2 correct pretty much for the price of 1. At least to me, that makes a lot of sense, and is something that I like to implore every week on OverlayDFS.com. So, make sure to check them out. Link down below in the description, OverlayDFS.com. And we are back. Make sure to check out OverlayDFS.com. Link down below in the description. Let's get right into this Week 10 wide receiver start or sit decisions. First game here is the Thursday night football matchup between the LA Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. Knock one time if you're with me, my friends. Knock on wood if you're with me, if your name is John Gruden. So I'm going to be starting up Keenan Allen in this matchup. Now, I know Keenan Allen, honestly, this year has taken a shit in your lineup multiple times. But this week against the Oakland Raiders, I really think that Keenan Allen will be able to perform. Now, Mike Williams has honestly been being pretty good and pretty consistent every single game. He's obviously much more of a flex play than a guy like Keenan Allen, who you're really relying on to be a wide receiver one. But Mike Williams has been getting that opportunities in the end zone. He's just been getting the ball thrown to him a lot, and I really do like Mike Williams this week against the Raiders. Now, on the Raiders side of the ball, there's another Williams. A Williams that I really do like, and that is Mr. Tyrell Williams going up against the Chargers. Like I said, Tyrell Williams has been performing pretty great when he was healthy. Obviously, he was banged up for some part of this season, but when he's been healthy, he's a guy Derek Carr loves throwing the ball to. And in this matchup, I believe Tyrell Williams will have a pretty good game against the Chargers defense that really has not looked all that good this season. It is very banged up. And I'm going to be sitting down Mr. Hunter Renfrow. Now, if Tyrell Williams magically broke his leg and couldn't make the game in Oakland, then go ahead. You can fucking start Hunter Renfrow. Obviously, in some situations, you will have to start Hunter Renfrow, but I don't necessarily love him this week. I think a lot of the targets on that team go to Jacobs. A lot of the targets on the team go to Mr. Darren Waller, and a lot of the targets go to Tyrell Williams, so it's going to be hard to start Hunter Renfrow and really rely on him. Next game here is the Giants at the Jets in the Meadowlands. Obviously, this is going to be a big matchup. There are going to be a lot of fans. Both teams probably about a 50-50 ratio in the stands, but this is going to be 100% the New York Football Giants game. I'm going to be starting up Golden Tate in this matchup. Now, Golden Tate made a catch on Monday night that would make you, if you're a Giants fan, you probably needed a new pair of pants because you fucking creamed yourself, okay? That was a great catch, maybe even better than the Odell catch, you know? And now I'm going to see a bunch of people in the comments, Nick, you fucking idiot! How is that better than the Odell catch? You know, you got to get the people going, got to say some crazy things. Now, Golden Tate has looked like the clear best wide receiver on the team. If Sterling Shepard plays, then I still think Golden Tate's the best wideout on that field. He's probably the best wideout to grace the field in this game. Jamison Crowder is a start for me for the New York Football Jets. Now, Jamison Crowder has been very safe, very, very safe, because even though Sam Darnold's been seeing ghosts, even though Sam Darnold has been playing like dog shite, Jamison Crowder somehow just manages to catch the ball 8 fucking times every single game. I don't know why Sam Darnold has a love affair for Mr. Jamison Crowder. I'm surprised Jamison Crowder doesn't have fucking mono because of how much Sam Darnold loves him. But I think that Jamison Crowder in this game against the Giants will be able to perform. He's going to get the balls thrown his way, so I like him. Raul Bay Anderson, he's got the next to him because I'm fucking worried about Robbie Anderson. It seems like it's the Jamison Crowder show for the Jets, and in a lot of situations, I'm sitting down Robbie Anderson, but he's got the because this Giants defense isn't that great, and if Sam Darnold could magically figure some shit out, if Adam Gase, the quarterback whisperer, whispers into his ear, and just fucking explains to him that he can't be making these dumbass decisions, then maybe Robbie Anderson will be able to succeed. I'm going to be seeing down Sterling Shepard in this game. Now, like I said at the beginning of this part of the video about the Giants and the Jets, I said I really don't believe Sterling Shepard's going to play. He's got these concussions, his head's all fucked up, and it seems like they're going to let him sit down for a while. Darius Slayton, obviously, you're going for a lot of the glory with him. If Sterling Shepard sits, maybe you can start him, but I would not be going out there trying to get him. Demaryius Thomas, Mr. DT, I don't fucking want anything to do with him. He shit the bed this week, has looked okay in the past couple of weeks. I don't really want anything to do with Mr. DT. I'm a lot more confident in Mr. Jamison Crowder. Next game here is the Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to be starting up Julio Jones in this matchup. Now, Julio Jones has honestly just been the only thing the Falcons offense really to write home about this season. Julio Jones, obviously the king of consistency. He's playing great. Whether it's Matt Ryan, whether it is the other quarterback, it doesn't fucking matter. I really think it will be Matt Ryan in this game, if I'm being honest with you. They had the bye last week, and he's going to come in and perform, and Julio Jones is going to perform against a New Orleans Saints defense that is just about okay. Now, Calvin Ridley, I'd also be starting him only if Matt Ryan plays. Calvin Ridley has been just okay this season with the exit of Mohamed Sanu. I think Calvin Ridley will be able to perform a lot better. And Michael Thomas is an obvious start. Julio and Michael Thomas, this should have been obvious. You can close your fucking eyes and throw them both in your lineup regardless of the matchup. This Falcons defense is terrible. This Falcons defense is awful. And Michael Thomas is going to run a train on them, led by the hands of Mr. Drew Brees. Next game here is the Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. Now, if you guys have made it this far in the video, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. It's really going to help me a lot, but let's keep going. Get the train going. The Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to be starting out Mr. Tyreek the Freak Hill. Not sure if Pat Mahomes is going to get the go this week. It seems like maybe he might play last week. Maybe this week they'll give him the go, but with or without him, Matt Moore, Pat Mahomes, it does not fucking matter. Tyreek Hill is going to be able to perform. He is so fast, so speedy. He's like fucking Lightning McQueen out there. The ball just fucking lands in his hands. It doesn't fucking matter because he's just wide open all the time. So Tyreek Hill will easily perform even up against a tougher Titans defense. Now AJ Brown is going to get the start. I know a lot of people AJ Brown's just fucking okay. I'd say he's not great. He's not going to carry you to win, but he's going to put 10 points up for PPR, and you'll just be happy with it. I'm going to sit down Corey Davis. You guys know if you've been watching this channel for a while, or if you just clicked upon this video, it's okay, but I hate Corey Davis. Corey Davis is a sorry-ass wide receiver. He's been playing the league for a couple of years, and he has never been able to perform. Even with getting so many targets, he just shits the bed on a weekly basis, so I do not like Corey Davis this week up against the Chiefs, and I will never like Corey Davis. Now, DeMarcus Robinson, Cole Hardman, both sits in this game until Pat Mahomes comes back. I'm not starting any of them. And I think I forgot to write down Sammy Watkins. I ain't starting his ass either. If he's playing, if he's in, I don't like him when Tyreek is fucking there. I just do not trust him. So he is also a sit. Next game here is the Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Now we have the return, the potential return. The Messiah has came back. It is A.J. Green this week against the Ravens. Now, I'm not entirely sure if he's going to play. The fucking thumbnail of this video is the return of A.J. Green. I'm not entirely sure he's going to play. People are optimistic he may play in this game. If he plays, go ahead and start him. Go ahead and roll the dice and play the game of A.J. Green. This motherfucker gets hurt tying his shoelaces. He'll be tying his cleats up before the game, legs broken. He'll be in the shower, he'll fucking drop the soap, and he'll fucking fall on it and die, okay? A.J. Green in this game, I'm starting him. Regardless of this Finley guy being the quarterback, I don't give a fuck. A.J. Green will be able to perform, but I would obviously be nervous because it's much more of a dice roll. Tyler Boyd, obviously that number one guy there, or the number two guy, I guess, with A.J. Green back. You can probably rely on him in this game, but don't expect too much. Hollywood Brown coming back last week against the New England Patriots, put up a decent game in PPR. I think this week against the Bengals, he runs wild. And I'm going to be sitting down Mr. Odin Tate, Mr. Auden Tate, one of my favorite pickups the last couple of weeks. But now, it's Ryan Finley. Now, AJ Green's probably coming back, so I'm not starting Auden Tate. Obviously, if AJ Green doesn't play, maybe I would do it. Maybe I'd go for the glory, but he's still probably a sit to me. Next game here is the double B game, the Bills at the Browns. So I'm going to be starting up another Brown, John Brown, going up against the Browns. It is Brownception over here. John Brown has been performing every single week. If, I say this in every start-sit video, but if Josh Allen magically figured out how to throw the ball down the field, well, he knows how to throw the ball down the field, but he throws it 30 yards over the guy. If he's able to hit John Brown on one of these routes he is running and it magically connects, John Brown will score you 30 fucking points. But I mean, right now, he's just been pretty safe, so you just keep on starting him. Now, Cole Beasley has been a guy that's also been pretty safe. He was one of my waiver wire pickups from the video yesterday. He averages 11.1 PPR points this season. Now, Cole Beasley, he's going to go out there and maybe catch the ball 3 times, okay? You know he's going to catch the ball 3 times, but what he's been doing is scoring touchdowns. And this week against the Browns that look fucking terrible, I would be very confident in Cole Beasley this week. Now, I'm going to be starting Odell Beckham Jr., but he's got the with 4 fucking H's because I'm very worried. Odell Beckham has not been performing. He's wearing the wrong cleats on the field. We saw last week he made a spectacular catch. He hit B on Xbox, hit you with the spin move, and was running towards the end zone and looked great. But that was one fucking catch. Baker Mayfield looks terrible. That dude is about as big of a bust as Johnny Football. Obviously, that's an overreaction. I think he will be fine. The fucking coach, Freddie Kitchens, is an idiot. But Odell Beckham's a start, but I'm definitely worried. I'm going to be sitting down his friend, his buddy from LSU, Jarvis Landry. Next game here, we have the Cardinals at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now I'm going to be starting up Michael Evans in this game. Mike Evans is the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football. I know you may not believe it. It may not be the number 1 wide receiver in your format, but in a lot of these formats I'm playing it, he's the number 1 because he's been performing even with terrible ass Jameis Winston, the W eater. This week he's playing against the Cardinals. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, both top 10 receivers, both top 5 wide receivers this week. Praise the Lord. We are going to go with Mike Evans this week and Chris Godwin against the Cardinals. I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it. Let's go Tampa Bay. I'm going to be sitting down Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald. Christian Kirk shit the bed last week. Larry Fitzgerald has been shitting the bed the whole fucking season. Sit them all down. Next game here, we got the Lions at the Chicago Bears. I'm going to be starting up Kenny G in this game and Marvin Jones from the Lions. Now, Kenny Golladay last week and Marvin Jones, they both blew their load straight on the Raiders and straight on your opponent if you had either of them. Now, Kenny Golladay has been playing good. Marvin Jones has been playing good. Obviously, Kenny Golladay, to me, is the safer pick in fantasy football. It seems like every single week he is just obviously, even though he's the number 1 on the team and gets the better coverage, he still performs. Marvin Jones is much more of a dice roll. Obviously, I'm still throwing him in there even against a tough Bears defense, but I'll still just roll him out there because the Bears defense has not looked good. Matt Nagy is a fucking idiot, but I'm also going to be starting up Allen Robinson in this game. Now, I know you're going to tell me, Nick, you hate Mitch Trubisky. Nick, the only thing I like about Mitch Trubisky is the fact that he loves kissing titties. Who doesn't love doing that? But Allen Robinson he looks good. He really does look good, honestly. If Mitch Trubisky was a good quarterback, then Allen Robinson would perform. But at this point, I still like Allen Robinson because of the talent and how well he's been playing, even with shitty Mitch. But if Mitch was any good, Allen Robinson would have potential to be a top 12 wide receiver. Obviously, now he's a guy that's just much more of a flex option. Next game here, we got the Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. This game might be much more of a snooze best. I'm going to be starting up Mr. Devontae Parker, Mr. DP in this game. Devontae Parker scored a touchdown in 4 of the last 5 games, I believe. He's been performing very well. Him and Ryan Fitzpatrick have clearly developed a good connection. Preston Williams not on the screen right now because he's hurt. He tore his ACL, and Devontae Parker is going to be able to suit up and get a lot of targets in this game against the Colts defense. Zach Pascal, also a starter in this game. Zach Pascal dropped the deuce on your opponent last week. If you started him, he played great. And without T.Y. Hilton, and without that other fucking wide receiver, Paris Campbell, who's not that good either, I think that just Zach Pascal is just going to absolutely eat against this Dolphins defense that is not that good. I like both of these guys a lot this week. Next game here, we got the Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Now, I am going to be starting DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel of the Panthers. Now, Cam Newton has been shut down for the season, been put on IR, so now we know we're going to have the Kyle Allen show the rest of the season, unless he gets hurt, and then it's the Will Greer show, but we don't pray for injuries. Knock on wood, knock one time. If you're with me, make sure you guys have clicked that subscribe button down below if you've enjoyed this video thus far. I know it's been getting a bit long-winded, but we're just going to keep going. We're going to start up DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. You might ask why, Nick. The Green Bay Packers defense looks pretty good, but DJ Moore, a lot of people fucking hate this guy, but he's been performing in PPR formats. He's been scoring you points and is a solid wide receiver too. Curtis Samuel, obviously much more of a dice roll. I feel like Kyle Allen really does just like DJ Moore slightly more than Curtis Samuel, but Curtis Samuel will be getting his points, so he's also worthy of a start, even up against a tougher Green Bay defense, like I said. Now, Devontae Adams last week, I thought he was going to go in there and destroy, build, destroy the opponent. I thought he was going to go in there and eviscerate the LA Chargers, rip them a new one. We saw what happened. Phillip Rivers sunned Aaron Rodgers, but Devontae Adams this week is going to bounce back. Devontae Adams played terrible last week. Well, not terrible. He scored like 10 or 11 PPR points, but he played terrible for what you thought could happen. But this week against the Panthers, he's going to go out there and look for a good old skull fucking this week against the Panthers. Now, I'm going to be sitting down MVS and Geronimo Allison, regardless of if Devontae Adams plays. These motherfuckers are just terrible. At the beginning of, if you guys remember this, if you guys were following me or following anyone, there was these fantasy debates about who's better, Marquez Valdez-Scantling or Geronimo Allison. I came to the conclusion that I thought they were both going to be good. And you know what my conclusion was? It was fucking completely wrong because they both suck. Sit down, Alan Lazard. Sit down, both of these sorry-ass players. Next game here is the Rams at the Steelers. Now, I did not mean to do that. The Rams at the Steelers. I'm going to be starting up Mr. Cooper Kupp in this game. Now, Cooper Kupp is an obvious locked and loaded start every single week, regardless of who he is playing. And this week, he's playing up against the Steelers. So it's not even going to be a tough matchup for him. He's going to be able to easily prosper, live long and prosper in this game against the Steelers. Obviously, he is Jared Goff's fucking right-hand man. He loves throwing the ball to Mr. Cooper Kupp. Now, Robert Woods, much more of a less safe option. Robert Woods has really taken a shit straight on your lineup this whole season, but I like Robert Woods a decent amount this week against the Steelers. Obviously, you're rolling him out. You're hoping he scores more than 15 points, but he's probably just going to get you 10, and you won't feel too bad about it. Now, Josh Reynolds, he's the kind of guy where you're going to be flexing him, but you're going to be feeling a bit dangerous, like your name is Baker Mayfield, while you're doing it. Josh Reynolds is just a guy that really, when Brandon Cooks is gone, he steps up to the plate and hits it outside the park. He played better than Robert Woods last week, or not last week, the last time they had a game. Obviously, they were on bye last week. I think that Josh Reynolds might be sneaky good this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I'm going to be starting, or by starting, I mean sitting Juju. Juju can sit right on the fucking bench because Jalen Ramsey is going to lock him up in prison. Juju Smith-Schuster isn't going to do shit. Just sit Deontay Johnson as well. All right? Don't be starting any of these Steelers wide receivers. Now, Vikings at Cowboys is the next game. There's one more game after this. This video has been pretty long, but it's okay. We're going to be starting up Stephon Diggs for the Vikings. Mr. Adam Thielen, rest in peace to him. Going to be out in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if he'll even be back this season, at least during the regular season or during the fantasy regular season. But with that said, this week against the Cowboys, Stephon Diggs is going to be in for a huge matchup. This is a game that big man Kirk Cousins is going to need to win. Kirk Cousins is going to need to go in there and tell the Cowboys how much he likes that and win this game. Stephon Diggs has obviously been one of his right-hand man. He's been feeding Stephon Diggs while Adam Thielen was out, and Stephon Diggs is going to have a good game this week against the Cowboys defense that made Golden Tate look like Odell Beckham. Now, I'm also going to be starting up Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup in this game against the Vikings. Now, the Vikings do have a good defense. The Purple People Eaters are pretty good, but Amari Cooper has been performing pretty much every single week. Obviously, dealt with that injury in the game against the Giants a few days ago in that Monday night matchup, or 2 days ago. I'm not sure what fucking day it is. But with that said, Amari Cooper, if he's good to go, I'm slotting him into my lineup to be a potential top 10 wideout. And Michael Gallup, when he's in there, he is just a great option there. Obviously, he's a guy that is pretty safe. You feel like he's going to score you 10, 12, 15 points of PPR, so you just stick him in there and hope Dak Prescott finds him deep downfield. And then I'm going to be sitting down Randall Cobb. Now, Randall Cobb, he has been okay in fantasy. Like, he's a guy that if you're in like a 14-team league, you just roll him out there and pray to the fantasy gods that he does something. But the last couple of weeks, he hasn't done shit, so I'm sitting him down on my bench. Now, the final game of the week, the Monday Night Football matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. I almost forgot where the 49ers were from, but that's okay because I'm starting Tyler Lockett, and he's got the but with only two H's because you know who he is. He's a great wide receiver. Regardless of the 49ers defense, Mr. Russell Wilson is still going to feed him. And even if he throws picks, it won't matter because Tyler Lockett will still get the ball thrown his way. But DK Metcalf, he's got the because he's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 H's over there because Flash Gordon, the savior of the universe, is coming back. And against the 49ers defense, DK Metcalf, Flash Gordon, both guys I'm really worried about. And DK Metcalf is a flex option, but he is like your last option. He is the last resort suffocation, no breathing. Emmanuel Sanders is a clear start in this game. We saw last week they slotted him in, and he just went to town. He played great. So I like Emmanuel Sanders on the 49ers, a team that has actually been through the ball a lot more last week against the Cardinals. Now I'm sitting down Flash Gordon, like I said, new to the team. Not sure how many snaps he's going to get, but he's going to hurt DK Metcalf. I don't even think you're ever going to be able to start him in fantasy football. I know you guys obviously disagree. I saw a lot of comments on my Flash Gordon getting signed video. A lot of people are telling me, Nick, you fucking idiot, Flash Gordon's going to be amazing. And go ahead, you believe what you want, believe your own truth, but to me, that is not going to happen. But everyone's entitled to your own opinion, so leave your opinion down below in the comments. Now, I'm also sitting Dante Pettis and Deebo Samuel because none of those motherfuckers are worthy of starting, only Emmanuel Sanders. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you ended up enjoying, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Make sure to leave a comment if you got any questions. Make sure to check out DFScom, a link down below in the description. You know I love each and every single one of you guys deep down to the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, so please make sure to send this to any of your friends. You want your friends to have a child, go ahead, send it to your mom, send it to your girlfriend. You know, I might steal her, obviously. Just kidding. I have a girlfriend, and I would never do that. But I am your mother's favorite YouTuber, so thank you guys all for watching. I love each and every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your goddamn day.